Hey y'all, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check out another one of my videos. Today I'm super excited to be sharing this video because it's been a while since I've done this, but I'm going to be taking a fictitious palette and bringing it to life using my single eyeshadow palette collection. And today is a little extra special because I am collaborating with another YouTuber here on YouTube. Now, I do want to throw out this disclaimer that you're going to hear little bits of noises because I am doing my makeup when my two oldest, my 5- and 3-year-old, are awake, so they may be coming and going and making a little bit of noise, but they're doing school and playing with toys around me as I get ready. So, as I said, I'm collaborating with another YouTuber. I am so very excited, but I'm collaborating with the beautiful Emme Loves Makeup here on YouTube. She is the indie queen. She is definitely the queen when I think of like indie single eyeshadows. She is the gal to go to because she has so many to reference and she absolutely loves playing with it. Like, I go to her channel to get inspired to actually use mine because I have a lot of single eyeshadows, but I feel like I rarely use them. So anyway, when I was thinking of reintroducing this series and starting to do it again in 2021, I was like, you know what, it'd be fun to collaborate with Emme because she loves her single eyeshadows and I thought this would be a video idea that she would enjoy doing. So I reached out and she was totally down for it. So we're going to be collaborating on this video together today to, as I said, bring a fictitious palette, a fake palette to life. Now I do want to give credit for the series title, Duping the Design. That does come from Arye Lynet, who, by the way, I do need to also, I wanted to offer him a more public apology, but I kept referring to him as her in my last video doing this. I know it was months ago, and I reached out when I realized a mistake, and Arye let me know that I was saying she and her instead of he and him. I reached out to him in messages, and I apologized, but I did want to verbally let you guys know in a video because I couldn't at the time. The video was already up. So anyway, I did want to let you guys know that I did mispronounce him and kept referring to him as her in my last video. And I am so sorry about that, Arye. But he was really, really sweet about it. And he also let me know that I can use his title because he is someone who creates concept or these fakes palettes and he dupes his own designs occasionally. So he's like, hey, if you want to use the title Duping the Design, you're more than welcome to. So thank you so much, Arye. I am going to use it for this video. And yeah, today's Duping the Design is actually from Arye. So let me go ahead and scoot over and show you guys a palette that I'm going to be bringing to life through my single eyeshadow palette collection.
Before we do that though, let's go ahead and do my Instagram shout out for today. And for today, I'm going to be highlighting this commenter from my most recent Instagram post. They left this really sweet comment and it just stood out to me and I really do appreciate it. So yeah, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to comment on my posts over on Instagram. I really do appreciate it. And you are my Instagram shout out for today.
Okay, so I've scooted over and I'm going to put it right here on the screen. But this is a palette that Arye designed, I feel like a very long time ago, but as soon as I saw it, I saved it and I was scrolling through and Emme and I were talking about which palettes we were going to do and we decided to both do one from the same brand but pick different palettes just to make it more interesting and so you're not seeing the same palette, but still we're doing the same brand. So we decided on, I kind of decided on doing Urban Decay Naked. So today I'm going to be duping an Urban Decay Naked Lemon palette that Arye created, as I've already said, but this palette right here we are going to be duping with my single eyeshadows, and like I said, ever since I saw it, I had saved it and I've been wanting to bring it to life and I'm so excited to be able to do that today. I do want to let you guys know I will have his Instagram page linked down below in my comments if you want to check it out. He has so many beautiful designs. I have saved so many of his designs as he comes out with because they're so beautiful, they're so inspiring, and they're just so spot on when it comes to like color concepts to go along with the packaging, which is what I love to see when packaging makes sense with the color story inside. So why don't we just go ahead and jump right in? I've already duped it out. Do you guys want to see? I'm getting my hair stuck. Do you guys want to see my palette? So let's see, I have to be really aware of this. I'm going to put his palette hopefully right here on the top half and then, or let me rotate it and put it over there, Katie, so I can put my palette right here. But my palette is going to look like this. What do you guys think? I can't do it in one single row like an Urban Decay palette because my pans are very big and I got a lot of really big ones, but here it is. I feel like I've nailed pretty much every shadow except for I think 2. And honestly, the second one's kind of like, it's pretty darn, but one of them I'm definitely not the happiest with, but besides that, I feel like I've nailed it pretty good. And something also that I think is really cool is that in this palette, wouldn't this be awesome if Urban Decay came out with this, but in this palette, there's a multi-chrome because I was able to slide that in there. And also, I think is this a multi-chrome or is it more of like an iridescent? I think this is an iridescent chameleon from TerraMoons. So like 2 fun shades, they're not just shimmers. They got something extra special, but I was able to slip 2 of them into this palette. And yeah, this is my take on the Urban Decay Naked Lemon palette that Arye designed. He did an amazing job. I think it's so beautiful and I cannot wait to get this palette on my eyes. But before we do that, let's go ahead and swatch this palette out so you guys can see. Okay, so for that first shadow, I zoomed in real close. This one honestly could go either way. Fondant, I wasn't quite sure, but it looks like a shimmer. So for fondant, I chose the MBA Cosmetics highlighter in Firefly. This is so beautiful. It looks white when it's like dead on, which I feel like goes with the theme of this palette. It looks very white in there. However, it has a gorgeous green shift that's absolutely beautiful. This is like my perfect inner corner highlight for this palette. I cannot wait to use it. So let's see. I'm gonna put my arm out here and then hopefully, not bump it too bad, but I'll hopefully be able to show you guys right below the palette. What do you guys think? Let me go ahead and swatch that one more time just to make sure it really shows up and pop. This is a gorgeous, really green, beautiful inner corner highlight. Gorgeous green with maybe a touch of gold in there, which is why I feel like it suited this palette so very much. Moving over then we have Verbena, I think is what the shade is called. And for that oh my goodness, I almost dropped it. I have the TerraMoons Io or LO. Someone corrected me. I think it's something to do with space. And so sorry, a moon, a star, I can't remember. But anyway, I have this shadow because it's definitely a more goldy shift, which is what I feel like this palette, I can see with this palette. So let's swatch it out. And I felt like it paired so beautifully with the more brighter toned highlighter, but this shifts green and this one shifts gold, so I feel like they'll pair and just go with this palette so beautifully. Like, it's not too repetitive because I feel like you can use both of them in this palette. One's more green, one's more gold, but look at that. So pretty. Next shade is Meringue, and for that I chose Caution from, I believe this is MBA Cosmetics, which is like a matte mustardy type yellow-ish, I guess you would say. This, I think, is the one that I feel like this is a little more yellow than the pan that Arye designed. I feel like his is more of a dirty yellow. Like, this is a little bit brighter, I guess is what I'm saying, than I feel like the picture represents. But I feel like it's close enough. Not too far off. And I hope my lighting is okay to really allow these to show up well. There is Meringue from the Urban Decay Lemons palette. Okay, next is Slice, and this is a yellow shimmer, and I knew immediately which shadow I was gonna reach for. This is Going Bananas from Give Me Glow. This is such a blinding, beautiful shimmer. I knew I wanted to use this here, and I feel like it just is the perfect representation for this shade in this palette. Like, look at that. I hope I'm in focus. I'm trying to keep with my head because my head's in focus. I'm trying to keep the same distance. But anyway, there is the shade Going Bananas, and this is for the Slice shade in the Naked Lemons palette. All right, next up is going to be Drizzle, and this is going to be another Give Me Glow shadow in the shade Sunny. This is a beautiful matte shade, a little bit deeper and darker and a bit more grungy than the previous yellow, which I think is what this palette was going for when I look at the palette and like the concept palette there. So I feel like this is a pretty good spot-on dupe for that shade in the Naked Lemons palette. Ooh, so pretty. Next is Curd, and this, I'm trying to pick these up without like popping my nails off. This is from Dandelions Co, and it's Army Pants and Flip Flops. I really do like this shade in his collection. I forget what the collection was called. I think it was like Grunge or something. Anyway, this was one of my favorite shades in that collection that I picked up from Dandelions Co. But here it is swatched out. I might not have picked up enough. Let's pick a little bit more up. There we are. Now we're getting into the more of the grungy side of this palette, which I'm getting excited. Next we have a Drop. I think this is the one that I wasn't 100% happy with, but I chose Davina's Courtney because I feel like that's a pretty good dupe for the shade in the Naked Lemons palette. I just feel like there was a bit more, there's a bit more like lime greenness with this grunge, I guess, that I see in the Naked Lemons palette than what I see in this shadow, but it's pretty close. All right, next we have Pulp, and for that one I chose Electric from Menagerie Cosmetics. I feel like this is a pretty spot-on color to represent that shade in the palette, or to dupe that shade in the palette, however you want to call it. But yeah, there is, let me get a little bit more. There is Electric. Next up is Zest, which this is a gorgeous shade. I wish I had a shade that did this eyeshadow justice, because this is definitely the one that I was just like, I couldn't get it close enough, because this is a neon green that's a shimmer. And I have a lot of neon mattes that I feel like are exactly this color, but it's not a shimmer. So the only one that was bright enough to kind of come close to this in my shimmer collection was Sour Apple from Give Me Glow, but this isn't neon enough. So this is one of those shadows where I just couldn't get it as close. Like, looking at the one in the Lemon Drop palette, it's just, or Naked Lemon palette, it's just so bright. It's neon, kind of like that neon green yellow. And this one, while it's beautiful and bright and very green, it's not that neon shade. So that was one I tried to get close, but that was as close as I could get. Okay, next up for Sorbet, I chose Give Me Glow's Limeade. This one I thought was really accurate to the color in the Urban Decay Lemon palette. Oof, so pretty. I cannot wait. I have a vague idea of what I want to do on my eyes. Anyway, moving on, I have Rind. And for that one, I chose the I know there probably wouldn't be a shadow like this in the palette because I'm going to use a Cliona shadow, but I wanted to use this. I just got them in the mail, so I was like, perfect, I can use it today in this look. This is Patina. I know it can shift to different, you know, different colors or whatnot, but when you actually look at it, like laying in the palette, it really does look like Rind, in my personal opinion. So we could just pretend that that is a duochrome or a multi-chrome in there. Oof, so pretty. There is that. See, I think it shows a lot more brown on camera, but from the side is just such a Christmas green. So pretty. Okay, and then the last one is Pepper, which is a matte, kind of a green brown, like a really army green, I guess is what you could say. So for that, I chose this Savage shade from Give Me Glow. I feel like this is a very accurate one. Maybe not as deep as I feel like that shade is, but all of my deeper ones were just too dark, I felt like. So I decided to go with this shade because I feel like it's pretty spot on. But anyway, that is the palette. That is the Naked Lemon palette that Arye designed and that I duped with my collection. I'll go ahead and move out and really zoom in on this and show you guys the two palettes side by side so you guys can see. How do you think I did? Do you think that's a pretty good dupe? I feel like it is, obviously, because I put them together, but I can't wait to hear what you guys think and what you guys think of not only my duping of the palette, but also the palette itself. I think it's such a pretty palette and I cannot wait to use these on my eyes. So yeah, with that said, with that swatched, I didn't even swatch it well. Well, I guess I swatched it well for y'all, but like this purposes, like you can't even see it. Anyway, with that said, swatching it out, let's go ahead and just put this on my eyes. I cannot wait. I can't decide what to do and I cannot wait to get started. So let's just jump in and figure this out as we go per usual. I kind of wanted to, like initially, not gonna lie, when I was looking, I was like, ooh, I want to do, you know, green on the outside and then yellow on the lid because the yellow is just so bright. But having that Cliona shadow in there, I really feel like I should use it. Definitely shifts more brown, but straight on it's going to be very brown, which isn't bad. I feel like, ooh, maybe we can do this mostly all over the lid and then the inner corner could be a bright yellow or even that bright yellow because it's got so much iridescent to it as well. It's that chameleon shadow from TerraMoons. Maybe I'll do that all over the lid. I'll leave this the majority of it just because I feel like if you use a multi-chrome, you need to let it shine. But I'll put this on like that inner third there. I think that'll be fun. So with that said, what should I do for the crease? I'm just gonna start and work from there. And the one I want to start with is Limeade because I really do like this shadow. It's so very beautiful from Give Me Glow. So I'm just gonna start with that and then I'll just see how it develops. But I want it to be a very bright crease. And then the, you know, Cliona and the TerraMoons on the lid. So I want it to be bright. So I'm gonna start with this and we'll see. I don't want it too dark and grungy. Don't ask me why, that's just kind of what I'm thinking of. So let's just take this Limeade and get started. Okay, so once that's down, I kind of already did it to this side, but I'm going to take Electric and do it to this side now. So at this point, I'm gonna try to make sure I don't go out of frame. I feel like sometimes when I'm doing my makeup, I get too tall and I'm like, as the video goes on, I'm sitting up and up and up, so not that I'm slouching, but I'm trying to stay consistent. Anyway, now I'm going to go in with that last shade of the palette, which is Savage from Give Me Glow, and I'm going to pack that on the outer corner. And then I'll go back into that, what is it, Limeade, and just mesh and blend the two together. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna put some glitter glue down. Okay, had to resolve a midlife crisis for my 3-year-old, but here we are. Let's move on. I feel like a very flat brush will be good for the Cliona shadow. Did I even say it's Patina? I think I told you Patina. Look at that, so pretty. Yeah, let's try it. I'm gonna put it on mainly all of it, and then I might put a little bit more glitter glue down and pack on the TerraMoons shadow. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know, let's just see what it looks like. Multi-chromes confuse me because I feel like I can never predict how it'll look. Anyway, let's just go, I'm stalling. Okay, that went on super smooth, like the formula. Wow, I was being super careful because it's just so soft. Okay, so here is where we are at. It's so pretty. I've heard you have to have a lot of light set up on the side to really get the multi-chromes to show, so I don't know how much you guys can see, but I can see a little bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a touch more primer. I feel like I should just leave it, but I wanna use the TerraMoon a little bit. And I also want it to be really bright here in the inner corner, and that's the only thing with like a multi-chrome. You can't, you know, in different lightings, I feel like it might look a little dark on my inside or like the inner half, the third, whatever. Anyway, I'm just giving you guys a bunch of excuses for why I'm doing this, but I'm doing this. I put down just a little bit. Gonna clean off the brush and use that same brush for that TerraMoons Io, L-O. I think it's Io. It's for a moon. I remember someone leaving me a comment, but I don't remember. I don't remember what moon or how to pronounce it. Io? Whatever the case is, let's go ahead and use that. Oh, so beautiful. This is definitely, not that it's like chunky and gritty, but it's definitely so soft and there's a lot of fallout. So I'm gonna go in slow and do a lot of pressing. Just a hint of it. See, I feel like that makes a big difference already. Should have used a different brush going on with the shadow because I feel like because this has a little bit of the glitter glue on it, it's getting a little funky when I'm trying to use it to like get a line with the shadow, but that's user error. I got a little bit of fallout of the darkest shadow to give me glow. For my lower lash line, I'm not gonna do anything too crazy, or should I go more yellow? I'm gonna go really dark brown, really dark green right here. And then I think I'm gonna use yellow. I think that'll be fun. Then I'm going to take, I just wanna use it, I guess. I'm gonna take Going Bananas and I'm gonna put that on this lower half here. Not done yet. I'm gonna take the shade, I use that first initial, the Limeade matte from Give Me Glow, and I'm going to use that. So at this point, let me go ahead and do my inner corner. I hear them out there. They're about to need me, but anyway, let's see if I can finish this up before they come in here. I'm going to take Firefly, which is from MBA Cosmetics. I'm going to use that as my inner corner, and I'm also going to use it as my highlighter, my face highlighter for today. Let me go ahead and show you guys. Highlight it real fast and then I will finish out the look off camera. This is a very, for me personally, a very wearable green highlighter because straight on it's invisible. When you turn, you get like a green gold, maybe not too goldy, but a little like icy green, I guess, highlighter. I don't even know if it comes across on camera, but when I back out and do the outro and close out this video, I'll definitely be able to see. Anyway, at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and finish out my makeup after I take care of my kiddos, and then I'll show you guys the final look in just a minute. All right, you guys, so here is the finished look. I really like how it turned out overall. Let's ignore the wing liner because I've just been on a struggle bus when it comes to my wings. I feel like most days I'm just not super happy with them, and today is definitely one of those days, but as a whole I really like how this look turned out. I doubt I'll be able to capture like the multi-chromeness just like turning my head. However, I can just say as a normal shadow, not even taking like the multi-chromeness of the MBA Cosmetics shadow into play, it's a beautiful shadow because there's so much sparkle, there's so much, I don't know, it's just so beautiful just as a normal shadow that I don't mind it. And I'm sure as I go about my day in different lightings, I'm going to see different aspects of it come out, so I'm curious to see how it plays. But overall, really like how it turned out. It was just fun to be able to try clean. I've been looking forward to it, so it was fun to finally put one of them on my eyes. But yeah, this is the look I created with the dupe for the Naked Lemon palette created by Arye Lynet. I don't know if I said in the beginning. I think I did. Anyway, I will leave his Instagram page linked down below if you want to check him out and see all the other creations that he's done. I have so many of his saved, so yeah, definitely recommend you check him out. But yeah, this was my look that I created with the Naked Lemon palette. Now, Urban Decay, could you please come out with this palette? Because this would be amazing. You don't even necessarily have to do the multi-chromes or even the iridescent chameleons. I totally get that those are bonus shadows, but just as a color story, even if they were just normal shimmers, those two, it's just so very beautiful, and I had so much fun playing with it. Definitely my speed. And if Urban Decay did come out with a Naked Lemon palette and it actually looked like this and not just like all neutral with like one pop of yellow, I would be all over that in a heartbeat. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Duping the Design. I had a lot of requests as I was closing out 2020 to bring it back because I only did it twice in the past, so I'm going to try to do this. I'm not going to say every month, but roughly a month-ish. Maybe I shouldn't put a time frame on it. I'm just going to try to do these more regularly in 2021. So look forward to those and stay tuned. But yeah, this was a lot of fun and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much to Arye for inspiring me and creating this palette so that I could dupe it out. And thank you again to Amy Loves Makeup for collaborating with me on this video and doing it together. I cannot wait to see the palette that she picked out. As I said in the beginning, we're both going to pick an Urban Decay palette to do, but she's picking something totally different, so I don't want to spoil it. I will leave her channel and her video linked down below in the comments. I highly recommend you go over and check it out and see which palette she's going to dupe with her single eyeshadow palette collection, and I cannot wait to see the look that she creates with it. It's just so much fun to be able to pull, like, this is how I get used out of my single eyeshadows. I'm very bad at making color stories myself, but if I can put a color story together from someone else's creation and someone else's inspiration, I'm all down for that. So I really do enjoy putting these together and duping the design and bringing these fake palettes to life. They definitely excite me a whole lot these days when it comes to palettes. Concept palettes are just oh so very beautiful, especially from these two people. They are so talented. But yeah, with all that said, that is going to do it for today's video. If you're coming over from Amy's channel, thank you so very much for watching. I don't think I even introduced myself in the beginning, but hi at the end. My name is Katie. So sorry. I'm a lover of eyeshadow palettes if you want to stick around, and if you enjoyed this video, as I said, I'm going to try to do it more regularly here in 2021. I do talk fast, so yeah, that's thrown out there. I know I'm talking fast here at the end. Gonna try to slow it down, but yeah, feel free to subscribe if you enjoy talking about palettes. And Amy, once again, thank you so much for collaborating with me on this video. I had a whole lot of fun, and I hope you did too, getting to create a concept palette from your single eyeshadow palettes. But yeah, with all that said, that's gonna do it for this video. I am over on Instagram. I'm LadyKD92 if you want to follow me over there, and I post a lot of like close-up makeup pictures and also little Instagram reel tutorials and whatnot. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up as it helps me in the whole YouTube algorithm. And with all that said, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye guys.